There have been a series of news articles carried in prominent financial journals citing how cryptocurrency has been used by Hamas and others for plotting terror attacks. However, these headlines are slightly misleading as they are exaggerating the amount of money raised through crypto. Let us go back in time to unravel this a bit. For 4 years, AQB, Al-Qassam Brigade, used cryptocurrency donations as a means to raise funds while circumventing the traditional financial system, from which the organization is largely cut off. Al-Qassam Brigade has historically set up websites and social media campaigns to solicit these donations, providing specific donation addresses for sympathetic readers and even providing detailed instructions on how to acquire and send cryptocurrency without alerting authorities. The nature of these messages keeps on changing. Sometimes, to facilitate donations from people who are not technologically savvy, they also use Hawala middlemen to wire cryptocurrency by taking in donations at a point of source. In 2019, when the campaign started, the terror group had raised tens of thousands of dollars worth of cryptocurrency through these efforts. Notably, Al-Qassam Brigade's donation campaigns increased in sophistication over time in response to law enforcement. These pressures, beginning with simple static addresses that were hosted at mainstream exchanges and eventually progressing to wallets that could generate unique addresses for each donor. It went on for a period of 4 years. Successively, a lot of the terror financing raised by AQB was cracked down upon, and 4 years after AQB started its cryptocurrency money-raising campaign, on 27th April 2023, the official website of the terror group displayed a new message announcing the end of its crypto donation efforts, citing successful government efforts to identify and prosecute donors. There is no doubt that funds raised by terrorist organizations, no matter how small, are significant, and every method should be investigated. The unique transparency inherent in blockchain technology makes cryptocurrency particularly traceable and thus less suitable for illicit activities, including financing terrorism. Year on year, there has been a very interesting shift away from crypto for this purpose, as reported by Chainanalysis, a crypto analysis platform. So, how much money was realistically raised through crypto for the October 7th, 2023 attacks on Israel by Hamas? To answer this question, we'll have to look at how money gets channeled through the crypto system. The firm we had pointed to earlier, Chainanalysis, has put out an interesting and very well researched piece on it, so we are going to be referencing it here. There are two components to analyzing the volume and flow of terrorism-related funds: quantifying the funds directly in the hands of a terrorist organization and identifying the service providers that facilitate the movement of funds tied to terror financing. In order to measure the scale of terrorism through cryptocurrency and identifying the opportunity of disruption, investigators and other experts need to understand the role of service providers. When looking at known instances of terrorism financing, as we will have to do if we are to analyze what happened on October 7, 2023 and where the money for it came from, we'll have to look at the complex system of businesses and other organizations that are involved in facilitating this. One such service that has been identified and was recently sanctioned is called BuyCash, a Gaza-based business that provides money transfer and virtual currency exchange services. These service providers process volumes of funds greater than a typical individual and less than a typical exchange. This is something very important that we have to understand. They provide a very important facilitator of liquid transactions in this entire network. Some of these organizations may be over-the-counter brokers, while others may be more similar to street-level money businesses like Havalas. Havalas are financial middlemen that are very important call in terror financing for a very long time, and they have been cited and understood in great detail by Loretta Napoleoni in her interesting book on how terror is funded. Analyze the 7th October 2023. Chainanalysis used Reactor, a forensic tool for analyzing crypto transactions in the real world. To do this, they looked at crypto transactions, counterparties, to a wallet known to be affiliated with the terror financing group that we are interested in. They found at least 20 suspected service providers. The address of interest had processed over 1,300 deposits and 1,200 withdrawals in 7.5 months. It had processed roughly $82 million in cryptocurrency received by the address, which was quoted by different financial journals that we talked about as having raised millions of dollars to fund this attack. However, only around $450,000 worth of funds were transferred from the known terror-affiliated wallet. Given the activity of this address, the person or group of people controlling it likely not the same people that control the terror-affiliated wallet. But this was a service provider that knowingly or unknowingly facilitated the terror financing activity. And the burden of evidence points to the fact that this was done knowingly. However, from the transaction records that have been analyzed by Chainanalysis, there is no way to prove it. The problem is that it gets complicated when this money is sent to a cryptocurrency wallet to the address of a service provider. The funds co-mingle with other funds, and it is impossible to trace it further. The fact that terror organizations use new finance and traditional finance equally, it makes it very hard to trace illicit gains that are being made by known terror organizations or proto-terror organizations. However, we need to set up systems to do this so that we can clamp down on illicit financial networks, and this needs the help of economists, public policy professionals, finance professionals, fintech, and artificial intelligence experts. Tools like Chainanalysis Reactor and the crypto analysis firms that put out these reports need to be mainstream, and only then can we understand how the money is flowing into terror financing networks across the world. Till then, this will continue to be a black box. Thank you for watching.